वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. So today one more day we shall discuss a little more about why Hinduism is called Sanatana Dharma. One more meaning of Sanatana is indestructible, that which cannot be destroyed. If you see the history, there are many sects and religions came. But not all sustained. The religion sustains because of the truth it gives, and secondly, how deeply the followers are able to follow the religion. If there is no air, the fragrance cannot travel. There has to be a medium. So it is the people who will be practicing that. That's why when all of us are in one way or other are practicing, some on the ritualistic level, some could be on ritual level, some could be on mythological story, Puranas, etc. Some could be on philosophical level. So, when we say indestructible, in whichever way, even if it is attempted to be destroyed, in one form or other form it remains. Historically, in last 1000 years, about more or less around 40,000 temples have been demolished. If you go to South India, go to Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, you will find the temples which are 1,000, 1,200, 1,800 years old. Show me one temple in northern India which is so old, 1,000, 2,500 years old. Every temple is either relocated or it is restarted after destruction. But you don't find an original structure which is 1,000 to 1,500 years old. For the obvious reasons, we don't need to pronounce it, but it is very clear. One reason was that it was so rich, not in terms of money only, but in terms of architecture, in terms of glory, in terms of science behind it, architecture behind it. It was beyond comprehension of the invaders. So they couldn't understand why this should exist. Looked like a piece of art. It was not a piece of art, it was an expression of a philosophy. So even if thousands of temples have been demolished, again there are temples constructed after that. Books were destroyed, scriptures were destroyed, scholars, pandits, monks, priests were killed. What keeps the religion alive? The people who are in forefront to uphold the religion, from scholarly point of view or from practicing monastic point of view. Thousands are killed. The second source of religion to remain alive is the books, the scriptures, the libraries, the teachers, the classes. They were destroyed. Other sources, at least visibly, temples used to be there. Temples were destroyed. But strangely, after so much destruction also, you do not feel that such a scarcity would have come that there is nothing to hold the religion. There are many reasons behind it. One is every Hindu, knowingly or unknowingly, knows it, that eventually God is not in the temple. Whatever devoted you are to a temple, but in your heart of heart, you know this, that this is a good practice. But God remains in my heart eventually. I have to realize God within me. It is not without, it is not outside. So everything that is external becomes secondary. We do take help of temples, books, people, scholars, etc. But these are aids. You have to practice and realize God within you. They destroy temples. But every house we have a temple. This practice is there. A small shrine. If nothing is there, a lamp will be burnt in one corner of the house. Different culture have a different. But you will find, even we have a concept that even this house belongs to God. I stay in this house. House doesn't belong to me, traditionally. People used to give names to the house. Remember? In India still we have a practice. Here as if you have the names of the condominiums and all that. In India every house, they give a name. 99% it is religious name. So even if temples are destroyed, my house is there which is a temple. We have some cities where every 10 feet there is a temple. Practically every whole city is a temple. Varanasi is full of temples. Bhubaneswar, it is full of temples. Bhubaneswar, they say there are more than 1 lakh temples in one city. Everywhere there are temples. People build temple in memory of their ancestors, in memory of any concept. They build a temple. Even in our legal system in India, you can bequeath your property in the name of God. It is called Devottar Trust. You offer your house to God. There may be a group of people as a trustee, they don't own the place. For example, you see Padmanabh temple in Kerala. Huge temple. Whatever little they have opened the cells, it is billions of dollars worth of things are there. Whom it belongs to? The king thought, I am representing God. I am not the king. This absence of ego, even if he or she is a queen or king or queen, but they represented that God is the ruler, I am representing. So there were different reasons for it. Temples are destroyed, every house was a temple. Even that is destroyed. I close my eyes and my heart is my temple. Whenever we go to any temple, Now also, look what practice we have. You look at the statue or a photograph or idol, within a few seconds you close your eyes. Because we know that is not God. That is a stimulus for me. It reminds me of God. But we treat as if the statue or a photograph is God. We keep it clean, we offer food, this and that. But if you are not offering to the photograph, you are offering to God. So the concept of God is very strange. Apparently looks that we are idol worshippers. No Hindu is idol worshippers. From that standpoint, Swami Vivekananda said one day in one of his lectures, if by idol worship, if a Ramakrishna can be created, I wish all of us have our own idol to worship. It helps you to be spiritual. That was as if vertical way of survival. Gross temple, then every house is a temple. When a house is destroyed, every heart, every human being is a temple. From a philosophical point of view. There is another very strange thing in our Hindu religion. I do not see it in Islam, I don't see it in even Buddhism, even in Jainism. Jainism, Buddhism, little because of some effect of Hinduism. In Christianity you do not see it. You go to a Christian country, do you see a shop or something in the name of Jesus Christ? No. In India you go, even the shops have a God's name. After the center started, you find some sweet shops in the name of Sri Ramakrishna, Ramakrishna Dairy Farm, Ramakrishna Sweet Shop. People inside the idea is that this belongs to him. So many times we say that in Hinduism, of course we worship God, but God doesn't remain on the top of the crowd and controls the world. God is mixed up with my day-to-day life. Even many articles for sale bears the name of God. It may not be a good thing, but still they are proud to, because it's my business. You know, there is a country, cigarette called bidi. Bidi is a word for there is a tobacco leaf. Inside they put some tobacco and make a country. There was a famous that smoking bidi called Shyam Bidi. It was the name of Krishna. It was one of the most famous. So people give house God's name, people give shops God's name. It has nothing to do with the profession. I saw in one place Vivekananda haircutting salon. Nothing to do with Vivekananda, but I like Vivekananda, so I put his name for my shop. So God is part and parcel of our life. He is not something to worship on a Sunday morning. It is my everyday. It is my life partner. It remains with you. Another is very interesting concept. Why it is indestructible? I don't know what the word I can use, but it is centralization of the whole religion. When I do puja, we use water. Here you don't have a Ganga, Yamuna, any river. So we bring little Ganga water from India and mix. But whichever water I use, we use one shloka. Gange cha Yamune chaiva Godavari Saraswati Narmade Sindhu Kaveri Jalasmin Sannidhim Kuru. Let this little water which I am using for puja, let all the 7 rivers water get manifested here. Thousands of kilometers apart comes into my small vessel. People bring the dust of Vrindavan, dust of Varanasi, and scatter in their courtyard. Oh, now my house became a place of pilgrimage. People give this, I told people give the name, house name, and you want to be a devotee. He gave his house name Jaramati. Why? No, my house should be as pure as Jaramati, because Holy Mother was born there. So the philosophy is this. We centralize, we bring into one spot the whole scattered concepts of Hinduism. Again, we have another opposite way. Decentralizing also is there. Varanasi is called Kashi. We have some cities which are considered as a Choti Kashi, a small Kashi, very holy, full of temples. You take that dust, as I told, when they create temples in the foreign countries, which is geographically, politically not part of India, but still you feel at home because of the temple. So there is centralizing to meditate. There is again decentralizing the idea. You don't need to go and conquer any land. You mentally consider that as a holy land. Then we have few things. These are some reasons for which it can be called Sanatana Dharma. It cannot be destroyed. Divinity personified, or divinity in form of material. Ganges water. If somebody gives you Ganges water, immediately you put on your head. The water of the whole river is considered as holy. Many rivers are holy river. Ganga is, according to us, the most purest. It has many reasons again. Even the mineral water you buy will have an expiry date. After that the water stinks. Ganges water you take from Ganga and keep in a bottle, keep for 10 years and open, there is no bad smell in that. We do not know why. Or could be contaminated water, can be spoiled also. There is no miracle in that. But this idea is this, that Ganges water, Sri Ramakrishna says, Gangavari, Brahmavari. It is the manifestation of Brahman, manifestation of divinity, dust of Vrindavan. Sri Ramakrishna says, every dust particle of Vrindavan is holy. There are certain food. All the prasada, we consider them holy. But especially the prasad of Jagannath, it is not food. It is not food. It is the material form of God itself. There are many people, when you go to Jagannath Puri, they sell cooked rice, again converted into dry rice. Rice they cook, again dry it up. And then they sell in a small cloth bags. And there are people, thousands, every day one grain they eat. This practice keeps the things alive. You may not be able to travel all the way to these places of pilgrimage, but the little small quantity of rice itself is for you so holy, and that can be considered in any way. We consider, Hindus have this concept, what Muslims consider as very pure, we don't mind in considering that also as a pure. If Christians consider something very pure and holy, for us also it is very holy. They may tell you, if you are not Muslim, you are not Christian, you are not supposed to take it as a holy. But holy is holy. Holiness has no religion. I remember one devotee told me, I am going to France and I am visiting the church, My Lady of Lourdes. That nun's body is kept mummified. I have not seen it. Hopefully one day I will see. But if you go and see, it is in a glass casket. You still feel the person is sleeping, and for hundreds of years he is mummified, as if she will get up now. So, a lot of miracles, this and that, people say. And the water of that place, many consider very holy. So when she told me I am going to that church, I said, bring little water for me. I still have it. One Muslim lady came. I said, if you go to Mecca and Medina, bring little Zamzam water for me. Zamzam water for Muslim is like a Ganges water for Hindus. So she brought. I kept with me. Other day another Muslim lady went. So they post on Facebook and all that. But she is in Mecca and all that. So I told, wherever in the city, take little dust of Mecca. I cannot go to Mecca, Mecca can come to me. So she brought in a nice big container, so much. Actually I wanted Medina's dust. But Mecca also is okay. Why I am telling? If you keep any enmity in you, you cannot appreciate that. But in their tradition, the city of Medina is so holy, even Makkah bows down to Medina, according to the tradition. We say many times, Sri Ramakrishna went to Varanasi. So morning you have to answer the call of nature. Sri Ramakrishna, I cannot pass motion in Varanasi. Take me outside the Varanasi. So he was taken out. He said, this whole city is a city of Shiva. How can I pass motion here? So it's a way of respecting, way of seeing divinity, we do not know. So this holiness, there are many articles in religions which are considered very holy. In Hinduism, mainly these two, the dust of Vrindavan and the water of Ganges. Also you go in south, they have a similar concept for Kaveri. They have a similar, you go to Andhra, they will say Godavari also is the same. Calling river as mother is a very typical concept of Hinduism. And all the civilizations in the whole world, wherever in the history or wherever in the world, civilizations start and grow and sustain at the bank of river. If there is no river, there is no civilization. Because without water it can't live. So Ganges water, considering the river as mother, is another concept in Hinduism. All these are helping a religion to sustain, religion to survive. And the survival is like you cut one tree off. Okay, you destroy the tree. You think the tree cannot come to life again? I have one fruit of that tree, And like one seed, it may take 50 years, but another tree will come. So this divinity within the self, which doesn't care for external temples and people and this and that. Your becoming divine is one reason for which Sanatana Dharma is called Sanatana, indestructible. In general, there are different ways of studying religions. Religions can be classified in this way also. That religion which has monasticism, there is a lot of difference in the existence of religion and the mind of the people. For example, in Christianity you have Catholics and monks, in Hinduism they have monks, in Jains they have monks, in Buddhism they have monks. It's not question of monks and not having monks. The tradition of monasticism, the tradition of renouncing, the renunciation element is important in religion to survive. In all this religion which I told, which has got monks or monastic tradition, even householders, even married people, even grihasthas, they are not monks, but the element of renunciation remains in their mind. Sri Ramakrishna says in this way, a monk has to renounce externally also, internally also. Grihasthas, householders, once they are vanaprasthis, once their children starts earning, then your role as a breadwinner slowly comes to an end. You are supposed to spend more time in your spiritual practice and getting ready for the final exit from this world. So the element of renunciation remains. Sri Ramakrishna says, householders will renounce only inside, not external. If you have a family, you cannot simply say, okay, let me go to Himalayas. You may not be able to go. But internal renunciation is compulsory. So, these values comes from this ideal of renunciation. But how the ideal can be kept? There must be some who try to renounce as perfectly as possible. Some great people like Shankaracharya or Swami Vivekananda or Sri Ramakrishna, the renunciation is there, and that becomes the ideal. Not that you become like them and you renounce and go away, but appreciation of the people who renounce. Because renunciation is a great value, because renunciation makes you totally unselfish. You don't do anything for selfish nature. You do it for others, you do it for God. So that ideal is important. It's not person who are monks are perfectly practicing or not. They try their way. But this ideal remains very pure. Another aspect of Sanatana becoming eternal religion is that a system was put into practice, though for not understanding or misunderstanding the system got corrupted, and majority of the people cannot use that system. And when majority of the people in the society cannot use, so the rest of the people also cannot use. Once we have discussed it, so I will very briefly tell. We had a Varnashrama Dharma. Varna is nothing but classification according to your profession. Now also, same professions are there. who are learned people, the teachers and professors, the priests and monks, they are supposed to be educated. Some in a spiritual religious text, some on a secular subjects. So they became one class. The teachers, the professors, the monks, the pandits, the scholars. And everybody wants to do that because for its spiritual nature. Then there is another class. You have army, soldiers will be there. You will have police people. You have guard people. Even the security guard who will be standing in front of a building is doing the same work of protecting a property within the country. There are soldiers who protect the country itself. But this warrior class who are responsible for the safety and protection of the people and the country, they became one group. Now everybody has to live life. Everybody is not a farmer. So you have to buy food, you have to buy your clothes, etc. So there is buying and selling group of people. So they became one class. Then there are people who cannot do any of this. But they do keep the things, janitors, they cleaning. They keep the place clean, they keep the gardens clean, they prune the trees. Nothing wrong about it. That doesn't make them smaller because they are also doing important work. Many times we see, many times we feel that which earns big money is a more important part of the society. One who does the smallest work, how important that job is, you understand when he or she stops doing that. Correct? The helper in your house, maybe she is earning maybe not even 5% of what you earn. But who is more important? Many times these are jokes which devotees say. Husband goes on tour, 1 month office work, no problem. Wife goes to father's place for 1 month, no problem. Maid cannot go for a long time because he is important. So even if her earning is smaller, but she is very important part of the society. Maybe those who do the grass cutting, let them not come for 6 months. You will find family, what happened? Everywhere big grass. So everybody is important. If you find a big machine, even the smallest nut bolt and screws are as important as the big one. The total efficiency of the machine depends on each and every part of the machine. Swamiji gave a beautiful lecture in Karma Yoga, you will find. Everyone is great in their place. What work you can do, I cannot do. So I respect you for that. What I can do, you cannot do. So you respect me for that. But nobody is totally unimportant in the society. So this system was there. But that was corrupted. You do different profession, but you want to hold the name of that profession. Your forefathers were teachers and priests maybe, so you became Brahmin. So title also was given according to Brahmin's title. But when you change the profession, why you should hold on to the same title? There is no point. If your title is, for example, Pujari. Pujara is a title. Pujara, Pujari. Means worshippers, priest. What do you do? I am a cleaner. If you are a cleaner, then your name should be cleaner. You cannot keep your name Pujari. So corrupted is this. The system was, it was a classification of people for the sake of understanding. When you fill up any form in Singapore, they will ask you, household type. So there will be 2-room flat, 3-room flat, condominium, landed property, terrace house, whatever technical names. By that itself you understand. Oh, okay, his financial condition is like this. So this classification, you stay in a 1-room flat and your title is condominium. Cannot be. So Sri Krishna says, Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam guna karma vibhagasha. I classified the general population into these 4 according to their karma, according to their guna, according to their qualities and according to their actions what they do. But then, now what you see, Brahmin, Vaishya, Kshatriya, Sudra and all that, is not because of their work, it's because of their father's title. So these things are not family, it's a profession. If you go in details, the name of the caste system in India is the carpenters, blacksmith, goldsmith. But these are professions, these are the castes. So idea is this. Then there was ashrama dharma. It was a guideline. When you are a student, don't try to hurriedly do anything of other ashramas. Then you become householder if you want to. So it is like this. You are here and you have to go here, which is called sannyasa ashrama. So either you go direct, like we try to do, either you go brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyasa. So either you take a longer route or you take a shorter route. It's your choice. This system was there. But because the renunciation is not inside, because the concept of renunciation has not been understood, that's why the goal of life doesn't remain so. So at the age of 60, 70, 80 also, people do not want to change, that there is a way. Though you have retirement everywhere in every country, different ages you get retired. Actually retirement was this. You retire and spend your more time in spiritual practices. Because we know, whomsoever you are, you may be rich, you may be poor, you may be a monk, you can be a householder, you can be a gentleman, you can be a mad person. Whatever you are, death is certain. Everybody will die one day. So to be prepared for that, the spiritual preparation for that is common for everybody. Just our older time, you see the examples, even the kings used to renounce and go away. Why? I am a king, so what? I will die one day. So before I die, I must purify my heart for my evolution, spiritual evolution. So everybody had this practice. Student life, householder's life, retired life, and total renunciate. No, renunciate doesn't mean you take sannyasa. But you live your life in such a way, you don't take any decision making in the house. I have seen people. You see, I am 75. I am supposed to enter into sannyasa ashrama. So, give me food twice a day. If I am sick, take me to doctor. And the gentleman doesn't take any interest until he is asked their advice. Because by the time your son is also already in Vanaprastha, he is supposed to take the role of an advisor. So you don't need to be seeking advice also. But because of materialistic way of life, many times people forget and the withdrawal doesn't come. Though no, the grandparents and children don't care. They don't care for it. So you better keep your respect and go away from this situation. So this withdrawal is something very big. Pratyahara. We have a great example of the tortoise. As soon as there is a fear, it takes all the limbs within. That is called pratyahara. What is the fear? No, death is approaching. I am already old. So you withdraw your mind from all the objects and keep fixed in yourself. This is one big aspect of Sanatana Dharma. That in one way it's not 25, 50, 75, no, not like that. Not like that. But around that, people finish their study by age of 23 to 25. Then they become father, the children grow up. By the time of 50, the son is already doing some job, something like that. So, these were designed accordingly so that people get a guideline to live the life. And every ashrama is temporary. Whatever you are doing, whatever you see, is not permanent. So you start renouncing. When you renounce your college and no more go to college, yes, you feel you will miss your friends. But you go forward. People get married or start doing job, whichever way. Then you earn money and support the whole system. The householders, sannyasa ashrama is called charama ashrama, the greatest or the highest ashrama. It can be highest, but it is not the most important ashrama. Grihastha ashrama is called pradhana ashrama. Why? 4 ashramas: brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyasa. Sannyasa is the last. But grihastha is called pradhana ashrama. Why? Brahmacharya, the students depend on whom? Money earning people, householders. Retired people depend on whom? This grihastha only. Monks also depend on whom? Again, this money earning people only. So this group of people who are grihasthas are earning money for the society. Every part of the society is sustained by this group. All. Once you start a job and till you retire at 58 or 60 or whatever, you earn money, you pay tax. For what? The remaining part of the society will be served by that tax. You look after your children. You look after your retired parents also. We have a very interesting 2 lines by Kabir Das. He says, "Oh God, I need money to survive. Give me that much money by which my family can remain happily. And also the guests who come to me, the monks, itinerant monks or beggars or whosoever, to them also I should be able to give something. साईं इतना दीजिए जहाँ मैं कुटुंब समाए, मैं भी भूखा ना रहूं, साधु भी भूखा ना जाए." There are many ways of telling. It is not the householders should renounce everything. You cannot renounce, you have to hold on to. Because householders are the people who sustain the remaining 75% of the population. You have to look after your parents and grandparents if they are alive. You have to look after your children. So the whole generation you look after. But this small group of people who are 22, 23 till they retire, the working people, the money earning people. So this was the system. And idea was given to everybody. That's why when we say Varnashrama Dharma, people don't understand this. The whole thing was cycled in this way. And it was very much in detail prescribed. Every society has the same thing, one way or other. But if the ideal is not there, then you create a disbalance in the society. If the ideal is there, then you will be able to hold on to the balance of the society. So we discussed this in 3-4 classes, that Hinduism, its philosophy is Vedanta. But Hinduism also is called Sanatana Dharma. Hinduism, let us start where we started 1 month before. The word Hindu itself doesn't belong to us. There is no Hindu scripture where the word Hindu is there. Hindu word is not there. Neither in Bhagavad Gita, nor in Ramayana Mahabharata, nor in Upanishads, nor in Vedas. But it became popular. Whoever stayed in this side of the river Sindhu, western side, are all Sindhus. That's a Sindhi word come from there. Sindhi word come from where? Those who are staying at the bank of Sindhu, they are Sindhis. And those who stay this side of the river Sindhu are called Hindu. The sa become ha in many languages. So, Hindu name is given by the Persians. The religion name is a Sanatana Dharma. Earlier was a Bhagavata Dharma. But Sanatana Dharma is a background. So now Sanatana Dharma name comes very much. So, but now the time has changed. People travel so much, people from different country come and stay there. So religion mixing also starts taking place. Then the country will have to say, oh, we are secular, we are Hindus, but we respect all the religions. Some people say, no, we may give little place, but we belong to, the whole country belong to this religion. So mainly Christianity and Islam are the two religions who says that this country is a Christian country, this country is an Islamic country. Have you heard about Jain country? Have you heard about, they try to put, but till now nothing much, Buddhist country or the Taoist country or a Hindu country or Baha'i country or, no. Only these two are there. Or one is there, Jewish country, Israel. So under the Semitic group of countries, you can say the country has been identified with the religion. Rest is no. So there, even if majority is of a particular religion, but they respect all the religions. So there is a good mixture of that. And that's why little boiling will happen many times. Because ideas are clashing. When ideas clash, there will be disturbance. But the disturbance shows that the civilization is still alive. You are trying to adjust. But you try to adjust because you are ready to absorb. If you don't allow anybody to come, there is no question.